What is that one book you wish you read earlier that you finally read and you're like, I need to share this book with everyone and everybody? And I will go first. I read the book Defining Decade. It was one of the books I read in the month of August, and I can tell you that this book has so much transformed my thoughts. I actually wish I read this book earlier on in my 20s, but the good thing about it is it's never too late to start. It's never too late to read that book. It's never too late to start working on becoming a better version of yourself. And one part that touched me so much in the book was talking about personality and how to handle differences. And it talked about how we handle differences is more important than the differences themselves. And I'm like, this is quite a very important one, because you see a lot of people like having issues, conflicts and all, and you realize that sometimes the issue is not even the differences they have. The issue is how they actually handle those differences. And together we're talking about how to blend in with people. I'll also be sharing a little bit of like my personal experience on how I was kind of misunderstood growing up, particularly when I was in secondary school, and how I found that balance as an adult, and how reading this book has totally changed my perspective. I'm also going to touch on how reading this book has made me to understand myself much better. This is going to be an interesting conversation, and you just have to join us, so please stay tuned and keep watching. Why your 20s matter and how to make the most of them now. Even if you are above 20, it's a good book to grab and read today. We are talking about that conversation I feel like a lot of people always run away from, but because I'm your chairman, okay, I'm going to start up that conversation. Welcome to Peyi Vlogs, where we talk about everything educating, enlightening and entertaining. It's a good day to join the family. If you've not clicked the subscribe button, do well to click the subscribe button. Join the family. Remember to like, comment and share as you watch along, okay? People run away from differences a lot, and it always seems like differences should be a reason why you and someone should not be friends. Differences should be a reason why you and somebody should be far away from each other. Differences should be a reason why you should not like someone. At this point, I feel like I'm sounding like a broken clock, because I've talked so much about this book like in the past few weeks. Like, every young person should read it, even if you are above your 20s, even if you are in your 20s, early 20s, because it's going to shed more light on what I'll be talking about today. Before I go into the book, I just want to give you like a background story and where I'm coming from personally, on how I feel like growing up I used to be very misunderstood, but I was just very quite gentle and reserved. And the simple explanation after reading this book is to understand that I just had a different personality, and because of that I was misunderstood. And this is something like I feel like everyone should understand, from parents to uncles to aunties to older members of the family. Understand how children would have different personality and how you'd have to treat them differently or handle them differently. Let me give you a practical example, right? Growing up, I used to remember if we wanted to be punished or we did something wrong and they want to punish us, they'll tell us to go to our room to go and sleep, or go to your room. And when I'm told to go to my room, hey, I was always very happy. Hey, like it's like blessings. This is what I've been praying for all day. Like, I just want to leave this place. I just want to go to a room and just be on my own and read my book and just do something. And that always made me happy. Meanwhile, maybe they felt like, oh, they were that was like a good form of punishment to make me to go to the room and stay. Over time, they realized that you know what, going to the room for me wasn't working as a good form of punishment. If you wanted to punish me, tell me to sit down right there where everyone was, and you have totally given me the punishment that will make me behave. Understanding different personality would help you manage people differently and would reduce conflicts, basically. One of the things I took note of while I was reading the book, where is it? Okay, said there is no right or wrong personality. There is just your personality and others. And this is something that, if you don't want to take anything from today's video, just take this one, that there is no right and there is no wrong personality. It's just me and you, the way you are, simple as ABC. Plus, how you fit in is why we like or dislike people. And this is a very fundamental thing to know. It's not like this person is wrong on how they do things. It's just that how we fit in is why sometimes people like each other, some people become good friends, and some people can't just stand each other. The point I'm trying to just pass across is that don't see people as being bad because they have a different personality. Just see them as being themselves and you being yourself. The next one I'm going to read, the next one here says, The more similar your personality is, the smoother things will go, and which is why I feel like most of us we agree on. But the other side that I feel like we don't talk about more is that maybe the less similar your personality, the less smoother things will definitely go. That doesn't make them bad, it just makes them, okay? You know what? Let me just drop my notes here. It's just who they are basically, and there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. In the book, she talked about different ways on how you can categorize different personalities and all that beautiful things. Please, again, ensure you read the book. I plan to do another video where I do like a review of this book chapter by chapter, and we can then talk more about other aspects in the book. Like I was sharing about like my personal story earlier, I feel like at a point, particularly when I was in my teenage years, I was very misunderstood. Some people felt like I was being snobbish, or I was maybe proud and just feeling myself, you know, like, why is she always on her own? Why is she always on her own? But that was just who I was. I was just very gentle and reserved, and it always took me time to warm up to people, as opposed to people who enter into a space and just, you know, hey, they are just everywhere. I like it for them and I love it for them actually. Even people who like warm up to people easy, some people feel like they are too forward. It's just having the understanding that this person is just different, okay? And that is okay. Like being different is okay. Not being like every other person in the group is actually okay. You can be 20 in a class and two people are just very different. It doesn't mean that those two people are proud. It just means that they are who they are. And even if we just continue to give more grace and encourage more people to be themselves. Even when I was much younger, in my teenage years, I had this consciousness, even though I never understood what it was. I had this subconscious mind where I knew that I am not going to try to be like other people. There is an aspect of self-improvement that we all need to work on. Of course, being very shy and gentle and reserved, I had to work on being more outspoken. I had to work on being more confident in myself. That is the part of self-improvement. But saying that I shouldn't be reserved because I want to be like other people in the class, I feel like it's quite an unfair pedestal to put someone who is on that kind of personality curve. What am I even saying? I just keep saying when I was much younger. Now as an adult, I still feel like on some days I'm judged for being too serious. Like, why are you too serious? Just losing up, just, you know. And again, it's just my personality. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Actually, at this point, this is like an open call and an open cry. Like, don't judge me. Please stop judging other people. Like, it's just who they are. It doesn't mean that they are bad. There are two things. Like, try and manage them, or just leave them and let them be on their own. I'm looking at them from afar. But trying to force people to be like you and have your personality traits is quite unfair. Treating them badly because they have a different personality traits, I feel like is quite unfair. Yeah. Anyways, as I've grown older, as I am a full-grown adult, quarter to 30, I am learning to embrace who I am. And I don't know if anyone is like me, whatever personality traits you have, because I know people who are also very outspoken. People judge them for being too loud and all that. Again, just embrace your personality and know that you have your strengths and those are your strengths. The people who are also judging you also have their weaknesses to work on. I have come to embrace who I am. I have come to be more confident in who I am. So I can be in my room all day. Like, I can be at home with my family. I can be at home with friends, and I can just be in the room all day. Nothing is wrong with me. I am feeling fine. I am okay. There had been situations where I'd had to like be with people, go and visit people, and people are like, is everything okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. Yes, I'm okay. Just to wrap this up, I'll just say that there is a difference between trying to become a better version of yourself and changing for other people. There would always be someone out there saying, why can't you be like this? Why can't you be like that? Anytime those kind of questions come to you, there are two ways to look at it. Ask yourself, is this morally wrong? Like, is this bad? Am I doing something wrong and bad? Is this hurting anybody? Is this hurting people? If you're not doing anything wrong and if you're not hurting anyone, just know that it's just your personality traits. They just need to accept you for who you are, or maybe but on the other side, if you're like that person who's always telling people to change and be like you need to learn to embrace other people. At the end of the day, even with this kind of conversations ongoing, there'll still be some people who will stand their ground and say, no, you must be like me. You know the truth. You know what I would say? It's better to be misunderstood than to compromise yourself. It's better to be misunderstood than to try to be like other people, because the pressure, you feel so stressed because naturally that is not who you are. The summary of it all is stay true to yourself and try to become a better version of who you are, as opposed to trying to be like people, trying to change to be like other people. There is a reason why you are you. There is a reason why you were created differently. There's a reason why you have that personality trait. There's a reason why you are so gentle. There's a reason why you are so reserved. There's a reason why you are so outspoken. There's a reason why you light up the room. Just look at the positive and the bright side of it all. Have you ever been misunderstood because of your personality traits? Is there something new you've learned today? I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Thank you for watching. The question I just want to ask us is, how then do we strike the balance? Remember to like, remember to comment, remember to share, and remember to keep being the beautiful person that you are. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. How do you do? It's a good day for you to